Good morning, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Paul Kiritsis, and today I'm going to be continuing with the Greek gods and goddesses with Apollo. So today we're going to be talking about Apollo. Apollo, or Phoebus Apollo as some like to call him, was the Olympian god of the arts, but especially light, music and poetry. Of course, in Greek, Phevos denotes the condition of shining or brilliant. He's the progeny of the mighty Zeus and Leto. Leto, of course, was a daughter of the Titans, and was allegedly born on the Aegean Isle of Delos. It appears that Apollo was revered throughout the whole of Greece, particularly at Delphi and other oracular sites, where he was worshipped for his predisposition to bestow powers of precognition upon mortals. It was believed that the Delphic Pythia, so the most reputed of all the classical oracular priestesses, was able to accurately channel her prophetic visions from aloft a three-legged tripod, because the soul of the god had actually possessed her. So in fact, when the Pythia gave her predictions, in iambic pentameters, her voice would deepen as if the god were using her body as a medium. There is no shortage of mythological discourse vindicating him as a master of prophecy either. According to legend, Phoebus Apollo became enamored of a woman called Cassandra, who was the daughter of King Priam and Queen Hecuba of Troy. He bestowed her with the precognitive talent of prophecy, among other things, but her unwillingness to reciprocate his affection incurred the god's wrath, who cursed her repeatedly. You probably don't want to anger those gods. From that moment on, her predictions always met with disbelief or ridicule, so that was her punishment. Apollo was endowed with a plethora of epithets, two of which were Delian and Pythian. So the latter of the two, Pythian, is etymologically linked to the title of the Delphic seer, as well as the name of a serpent that thrived in the caves and forests of Parnassus. Various classical sources seem to recall Apollo's act of slaying the serpent with his arrows to avenge the unrelenting anguish it caused his mother whilst she was pregnant, so hence the epithet. Apollo took many lovers, both men and women. One of them, Hyacinthus, met with a lamentable fate, explicitly because the west wind, Zephyr, grew jealous of his fidelity to Apollo. One beautiful morning, whilst the two lovers were out exchanging throws of the discus, Zephyrus blew in such a way as to strike and kill Hyacinthus, so he maneuvered the discus. Apollo grieved for the boy and immortalized him by transmuting some of his blood into the flower of the same name, Hyacinthus. In Homer's Iliad, Apollo is the patron and defender of the ill-fated Troy. So he was on the same side as Aphrodite. The bow and quiver, the laurel wreath, the quality of truth, the crow or raven, and the dolphin were all sacred to him. And that concludes my little talk of the day on Apollo. Next, I'll be following up with a small discussion on the goddess Artemis, but before I do that, I'll give you a closer look of Aphrodite biting into the golden apple. So, here she is. There we go. The amount of detail on this painting is beautiful, as you can see. Okay, and on that note, I will catch you next time for the continuation of this series. See you then.